Okay, so good morning, everyone. So,
Good
thanks
morning.
for joining us on this lovely Saturday morning. I'm Go, and I will be the host for today. So, first, I would like to introduce on today's online course. Today's the organizer for this whole event, TKK Academy by TKK Foundation. Because this is our first time, I think it's our first time organizing an English course.
Wow.
So I think a lot of the audience might not know about us or even heard about Tankaki or even Tankaki Foundation or even Tankaki. So I would like to make a short introduction on both of this first.
Sure. Mm.
So as I said, this course is organized by Tankaki Academy. Some people might wonder who is Tankaki.
Mm.
So Tankaki was an industrialist, entrepreneur, educator, and social activist. He started his business in Singapore, and through the rubber industry, he made a great fortune. But during his whole time, he was dedicated to education, and he donated all of his assets for education and contributed very much to the social progress in
Mm.
Malaya and Singapore.
Mm.
He established quite a lot of schools in Singapore, China, Malaya, including Xiamen University. The Xiamen University that we all know, and
Mm.
a lot of the secondary schools in China, in Singapore, and
Singapore.
he's also supported quite a few schools in Malaysia. So he was also the founder of Nanyang Siang Pao. Yes,
Okay.
the one that are still publishing
Ah.
until today. So
Chinese.
in 2013, the
Mm.
late Tan Kai-hee, which is the founder of Thai-O, and Dato Tan Yu-sing, the founder of the INTI University, they decided to establish Tankaki Foundation to promote Tankaki's noble spirit of charity, generosity, and integrity. So in 2015, under the Tankaki Foundation, we established this project, which is named Tankaki Academy, to uphold Tankaki's legacy of emphasizing academy and education, to support the progression of society, and to increase public awareness on various current issues through the open course. Yes, that's a so this a short introduction about us. So for today's course, today's course is the online course Aging Gracefully, that a collaboration between Tankaki Academy and Malaysian Coalition of Aging, which because the reason why we organize this course is because aging is a natural process that must be faced by everyone eventually, and numerous issues must be considered by both seniors and their family. But we think that aging is not necessarily burdening. Um, if enough. Oh, sorry, I can
Cannot hear, it seems.
wait a minute. Let me check. It says host.
I can hear.
I think she Miss Lynette. Is it? Yes, Miss Lynette. I think you should connect the voice first. Connect the audio. I think you haven't connected the audio. That's why you can't hear anything.
Mm.
So because as I said just now, because aging
Mm.
is a process that must it's a issue that must be faced by everyone eventually. So we think that with proper knowledge, we can all the seniors can live a good later years of life. That is why we decided to collab with MCOA to organize this course. Today is the first topic for this course, and we invited Dr. Kuang from SeniorsAloud to give us a talk on the healthy lifestyle for seniors. Dr. Kuang is a retired professor from from University of Malaysia. And but you can as you can see in the later in her talk, she's still very active in various activities. So I think you can see from her all her examples, you can see through her that how you can live a very good life even after you are retired, because retirement is not I think it's not the end of something. It should be the start of another thing. So I give the time to Dr. Kwang.
Okay, thank you, Go. Hi, good morning, everyone. Okay, can I start now, Go?
Yes, you can
Yes.
share.
So I share my
Yes,
I
you
just
share your
touch on the PowerPoint, right?
yes.
Shall I just touch? Where shall I start again? Go on the PowerPoint?
The fourth, the share screen.
1, 2, 3. Okay, I got it. I can't see you really, but I would really like to know who you are, because if there's no you, there's no me at the moment. Yeah, so if you can't hear, please highlight and then Go will do something about it. Okay? I'm going to move on by telling you something about myself. Um, how do I go to the second slide, Go? Okay, I got it. If you can see from the PowerPoint, this is what I do. I'm a language editor. I write, I do research. I also carry out workshops. But my training actually looks at language analysis. I kind of listen to what people do with their language, and then I analyze. And what do I analyze? I basically analyze their attitude, their power, their intention to be distant or to be close with somebody, and of course the intended and psychological meanings. I sing, I dance, but not for performances, for myself generally. And like all of us seniors, I travel, I do a lot of walking and hiking, but I find that I like to have a little bit of fun. And of course, sometimes when we're lazy, I do practically nothing. If you need to reach me, I've given you my email address. Yes. Okay. Now the objective of this talk is not to tell you that I'm the expert on it. I'm just treating it as a platform where all of us can share what a healthy lifestyle is about. And I think knowing a little bit about healthy lifestyle and then practicing it can actually help us to improve the quality of our lives. It doesn't mean that we have to have the best of lives. It just means that you can do what you want with your life without bothering other people, and then knowing that you can have a little bit of fun and joy and happiness, with whatever you do. And of course, a better quality of life makes us better individuals. When you're happier, you're physically, mentally, emotionally, generally, we are better companionship for other people. Yes. So like I said, this is just a platform for us all to share our experiences. The structure of this talk, as a lecturer, this is what we always do. We always tell the students what we need to do for the talk, and then they're expected to understand that these are the things that the lecture is all about. It's broken into structure. So in this talk too, I will just focus on the 5 aspects of healthy lifestyle for seniors. And with some, I will use my own photos to illustrate, because I don't have to ask for consent and be sued for it if I use other people's photos later on. But with other people's photos, I have asked the permission to use them here. So I will touch on physical well-being, mental well-being, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, and of course, a little bit on financial well-being. Yeah. Okay. What I would do is I like to emphasize here that there is no one size fits all kind of prescription. So each of us will just have to gather the information that we have from other people, from myself as well. And then you will have to, I think, fit it into your life accordingly based on, like I said here, your personality, your physique, your likes and dislikes, your state of health, your mindset, where you come from, and so on. Yeah, okay so far? I shall begin as a lecturer. We normally cannot just go talk about something without making a little bit of definition about it. So what I would do is I will like to touch on the definition of three terms generally, and this will be on the term health or healthy, a lifestyle, and then seniors. I have a reason why I want to touch on the term seniors because there are reasons, there are moments when people describe us seniors differently, and I get a little bit upset with that because I think people have a stereotype understanding about seniors. You know, some seniors are not really incapable. That is why I want to look at this. So bear with me a little while, yeah? Okay. Now, are you all ready for the understanding of healthy? Okay. If you can see the PowerPoint, it also says here, people seem to see that a lean body, people with great stamina, they are healthy people. But we all know that being skinny doesn't necessarily mean that you're a healthy person. Yes, and because we have heard of people actually passing away on the tennis court or as they are running and as they are playing football. We have heard many cases of that. Yes. And of course, when you're a little bit overweight, it doesn't mean you're also unhealthy because there was a time when I was about 60 kilos, and when we have a panel of doctors in UAM where I was working then, and when they took my BMI, they actually categorized me as obese. And I think 60 kilo is not obese, maybe a little bit overweight. But when they put you as obese, it creates different kind of psychological impact on our mind. And then we start thinking differently. So I'm just highlighting here so that we all don't get too panicky when somebody say we are skinny or somebody say we are healthy, because it's all in our own feeling. I think you personally will know yourself whether you're healthy or not healthy. And of course, your gut feeling is the best thermometer for you to gauge your own health. Yes. And if you don't feel too good, you should always seek some advice from people who are professionals. Yeah. Okay, a healthy individual has many benefits, of course. Yeah, it says here in the news recently that Malaysia will have 5 million people aged over 60. And that's not a good sign for our country, of course, because aging people means less input, they think. And then less input means you are going to be incurring more health concerns. Yeah. And like I say here, at the brink of being an aging country, the government, our government is actually promoting healthy lifestyle for people like us. And of course, in the Malay term, what do they call this? Warga mas. Am I right? Right. The reason is simple. Healthy people means healthy families. Healthy families means healthy nation, and healthy nation saves the government a lot of money, right? We have less need for the government to spend on medicine. We don't need the hospital beds, and more space, as we can understand now, is actually overflowing. And of course, there will be less stress on doctors and nurses. We don't need them to take care of us, except on the cases that are more urgent. And of course, happier family members means happier people, happier interactions, happy get-togethers. Right. I'm just going to look at the definition of the word health or healthy by research or by institutes, because that will be a better referral to the word health or healthy. According to the World Health Organization, of who, as we know, the word health means a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. It says here, physical, mental, and social well-being. Being healthy means having the ability to use your personal and social resources to ensure that you can function throughout your daily lives. In other words, if your body can effectively manage through your system, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, you are healthy. You don't have to be free of diseases or whatever, as long as you can manage. Of course, what are some fundamental indicators of good health? This is according to another website, yeah? It says you should have restful and consistent sleeping patterns. Do you have that? Restful and consistent. Do you have good energy levels? Do you have healthy bowel movements? What about your healthy urinary system? Do you have healthy hair? Good oral health? Neutral smelling breath? Good vision and hearing? Good posture? Yes? Let's have an understanding, but it doesn't really mean that you must have all of this. Some of these would be good indicators of health, I feel. Now, what is the link between health and lifestyle? I think you all know this. I'm just reminding you. The World Health Organization says that 60% of the factors that affect the individual's health and their quality of life are related to their lifestyle. Research also shows that people with unhealthy lifestyles have more illnesses, disabilities, and death. We all know that. Now, what is lifestyle? Lifestyle refers to the way a person lives, including his or her attitudes, tastes, moral standards, economic level, and other activities. Now, lifestyle also means the characteristics of the inhabitants within a certain region in a special time and place. So look at the era or history of places of people. Our parents' time, what was their lifestyle sorry, they work very hard, right? They don't really eat proper food like we giving attention to now. So these are things you have to consider. And of course, lifestyle includes the day-to-day behaviors. How do we behave and function as an individual in our job? We don't have a job, but I'm sure somebody else is also working full-time. Your activities, do you have fun? And your diet. I think a lot of us at this time now forgot about having a little bit of fun. And we concentrate more on exercise and diet. I'm going to share with you a little bit about the fun I go through so that you actually have a little bit of insight into what fun to a senior woman like me is. And then maybe you can create your own fun. America's National Institute of Health says that lifestyle is an important factor of health, which, if not given some attention, can create havoc in one's future. That's why they say if you don't have time to take care of yourself now, then you will have to find time to stay in a hospital when you're older. Agree? Right. What is our Malaysian definition of lifestyle, especially for seniors like us? People who have retired, people who don't have a full-time job anymore, and you have other things to do in your life. I think most of us as Malaysians, and maybe even Asians, yes, we will look at how we lead our day-to-day life. Some people's day-to-day life is very hectic. Some people's day-to-day life is very monotonous. It's the same thing every day. And of course, some people's day-to-day life can be up and down depending on the occasion or the events in their life. Now, what do we do with our daily activities? Do you have a routine? Because people say, or researchers say, when you have a routine, you are a calmer person because you know what to expect every day when you get up. You also don't get too uptight because you can foresee what you need to go through every day in your life. But I generally don't have a routine. I roughly know that I get up, I do certain things, but I don't know if I can actually term that as a routine because a routine is more like what you do at the same time, same place, same kind of activities. Yeah. And of course, it also looks at, I mean, the Malaysian definition for lifestyle also looks at what our daily or weekly diet is like. Do you have a daily diet? Do you have a weekly diet? Do we have a relationship with the superpower? I think as Asians, we all tend to have this dependence on the superpower or God. We all have, most of us have a religion, but not everybody has a religion. But if you don't have a religion, do you have a belief in the universe that there is a greater power beyond what we can do for ourselves? And what about your hobbies? Do you have hobbies? Do you have interests? I think as a young student in school, remember our teacher used to ask us, do you have a hobby? What are your three top hobbies or what are your three hobbies? Remember that? And today I think we can actually focus on interests. What is it that you wanted to do before when you were younger, you didn't get the time and you want to do now? That's something that we can actually incorporate into our daily lifestyle. And of course, your personal attitude in life. Some people are generally very optimistic people. They see good things in everything. And of course, some of us are more pessimistic. I don't think we can blame ourselves. Whatever attitudes we have is because of our past experiences. But I think the past is the past. And whatever you are today, there are many things you can actually do for yourself. You know, you can go search for empowerment for yourself in so many ways. I will share with you a little bit more about this later. And of course, as we grow older, do we have any social interaction with other people? When we were younger, we used to have friends, but as you grew up, you got married, you have families, you have lesser time for friends. And now is the time. Now may be the time for us to start looking at how we can actually create more friendship, more get-togethers with other people. And of course, I have to add here that we can't interact with everybody. We can only interact with people that are of the same frequency as we are or who share similar values. But I also would like to say that sometimes when you interact with people that who are totally different from you, you actually, or you also learn a lot from them. Yeah. And of course, I focus so much on social interaction because many research has actually said that it is the killer factor. If you don't have social interactions, your quality of life as a senior will actually plummet. It goes very low down, and you could actually go into depression and isolation, and that's where you start getting all the unwanted maladies or the ailments that we don't really look forward to as a senior. Okay. I think we all know this, but I'm just sharing here and reminding you two main types of lifestyle. One is, of course, very sedentary. You lie down a lot. You do everything on sitting down or lying down. And of course, the other one is being active. You go for your exercise. You walk. You talk. You hike. You cycle. You do whatever you want as that allows your body to move. Yeah, the other one, of course, allows your body to sit at rest. I'm not saying being a little bit of sedentary, leading a little bit of sedentary life is wrong. It's just that I think you should have 3/4 of your life being active rather than being passive, because we all know the more passive we are, the more our bones and our muscles will actually stop working for us. Yeah. Okay. I think a healthy lifestyle too here, I'm just sharing what you already know, right? What is a regular, it refers to having regular physical activity because it's one of the most important in our life. It's supposed to enhance our health. And being active actually means that moving 80% of the time, kept moving. But what about the other 20%? You're supposed to be sleeping. And we all know the more we move our body, the better our posture, our muscle strength, our bone strength, and of course our personal well-being. Because they say, and I think research has shown, when you exercise, you actually activate all the hormones in your body glands, right? And then you start having all those good hormones that make you a little happier person. Even the sun, they say, when you are under the sun for a little while, it starts creating dopamine and endorphins for your body. And of course, it says here, being physically active improves our brain health. And I think that's the main concern of today's community, having dementia. And nobody wants to have dementia because you forget everything that meant so much to you in your life when you were younger. And of course, being physically active helps us to maintain our health. Nobody wants to go overweight. Yeah, but I think sometimes having a little bit of flesh is good, because I think the Chinese culture, my mother or father used to say, when you are too skinny, you don't bring in good feng shui for yourself. So I don't know whether you agree with me there or not. And of course, it reduces the risk of diseases and it builds up our self-esteem. Why self-esteem? Because I think when you feel good, you look good, you have things going on in your life, the way you communicate with other people is also more positive. Yeah, and you feel that there are many more things that you can manage with your life. I'm going to move on to the next slide. Okay. I said earlier, when we are active, it generates good hormones. I think you also know this, but I'm just sharing again with you. Yeah. It says here, simple activities like exercising and listening to music can boost the production of the feel-good hormones, which are chemicals produced by the different glands in our body. And of course, these hormones, they travel through our bloodstream and create all these ability to regulate our mood. As human beings, we all have moods. I think animals also have moods. These are called happy hormones, which help to promote positive feelings like happiness and pleasure, joyfulness, cheerfulness. And of course, we all know the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 main types of hormones. You're right. We have endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. All right, what's endorphin? I always know about all these hormones, but I don't really know what they do. I just know that they create happiness in our feelings. So when I did a little bit more research, I understood that endorphins can actually be pain reliever. So when you have pain and then you have endorphins, you have less pain. Endorphin is produced by our body in response to stress and discomfort. Yeah, when you're stressed, and stress comes in all sorts of ways, right? So, and the level may increase when the level of endorphins, they increase when we engage in activities like eating. Eating makes you feel good, but only for a little while. But when you work out, it creates more lasting kind of endorphins. Of course, I don't want to say this, but I think this is a part and parcel of human life. Having sex is also creates good endorphins for your body. The other hormone is dopamine. It's a feel-good hormone that's associated with pleasurable sensations, along with learning, memory, and many more things. Yeah, so we need dopamine. And what's serotonin? It helps to regulate our mood as well as our sleep, your appetite, digestion, learning ability, and memory. And the last, of course, is what most of us know. It comes from the physical closeness we have with people. Yeah. And that's oxytocin. It's often called the love hormone, which is essential for childbirth, for breastfeeding, and for the strong parent-child bonding. And when we have oxytocin, we tend to feel more empathetic for other people. So because it promotes empathy, and it's more for bonding also, because when somebody hugs you, you kind of feel, what's the word? You kind of feel calm. And when you're calm, you feel that you're cared for, you're given that a little bit of attention, that people care a lot about you. So that's oxytocin. Let me just refer you to a passive lifestyle. Yeah. Of course, it's a hazard to our health. When the less you work out, the less you do exercises, the less you move your body, the more we don't want to move our body. I don't know if you have that experience or not. For me, that's how it is. And the kind of passiveness that starts from nowhere because we get unmotivated, and the more we don't want to get our body moving, the more lazy we become. And not only that, we also get very lethargic. You feel very tired all the time. And of course, inertia, you don't really want to participate anything at all. And the more you don't want to participate, the more you're alone, the more this mind starts thinking. Yes. And then you start thinking about all the unnecessary things that may or may not happen. Mostly they don't happen. And you start overthinking. And later on, what do you become? You become a really unpleasant individual. I know because I've been through that. And how do I know? My children tell me that. Now, when we are passive and lethargic, we also become more tired. We don't feel like doing anything. And what do we become? We are very poor company for other people, including our family members. And then with time, you become as miserable as the ghost of Christmas's Uncle Scrooge. Nobody likes Uncle Scrooge, right? And nobody would like us as Auntie Scrooge later on if we become so miserable. Because when you're miserable, what do you do actually? You actually you complain all the time. You find nothing good. You find everything is against you, which is not reality. It's all in the mind. So, having said about passive lifestyle, it is not that people don't want to be active. Sometimes there are other causes for being passive, which is why I say when a senior in any group gets to move, gets to walk, we should encourage them more. We shouldn't put rules and regulations on them to say that they must do this or they must do that. I think the minute a senior person, especially one with a higher age group, in a higher age group, if they really want to go, we should encourage them to go whatever time. We shouldn't put any kind of limitations on them. Yeah. Now, going back to the causes of a passive lifestyle, research shows that poor participation in physical activity could be influenced by a number of factors, such as the environmental factors like this traffic congestion. So I can't go. I get stuck in the traffic jam. Air pollution, when there's haze, when there's you remember COVID, we couldn't go out. We couldn't even go to the park to walk. Yeah. Shortage of parks. Some places do not have the parks, or there's no pedestrian walkways like Malaysia. So what are we going to do? We don't walk. Yeah. Social factors. Some people are shy. They're timid. They're scared. Some people have a phobia. So they don't want to go out. And of course, sometimes we have personal factors. We have no time. Some people, when we were young, we took up 3 jobs, 4 jobs. You have family commitment, you have young children, you have parents to look after, you have a disabled child, whatever. Yeah. And of course, we have many other constraints like poor health. Yeah. So, but I think the irony of this passive lifestyle limitation is that we should try to do something, because I think these days we have indoor house lifestyle where you walk. Remember during COVID, we did walking and dancing in the house. And of course, today, I think that I see a lot of groups actually starting activities on the chair, where you can do so much movement with your legs and your arms while sitting down. So I think at this moment as seniors, we shouldn't find causes not to be active in whatever we can be active in. I think we should find reasons to do something with our body, stretching your hand, even little fingers. Remember under TikTok, TikTok actually shows you how to move your fingers, how to move your neck and your shoulders. I think these are things we can do for ourselves. I'm going to move to the next slide. The other research from the US states that people are becoming more and more sedentary in life because maybe it's IT, maybe it's technology, maybe it's development, maybe people are also getting a little bit better economically. Yeah. So what do we do? Most of the time, like me now, when I'm talking to you on a computer, what do I do? Am I moving myself? Maybe my mouth. Yeah. But I'm generally sitting down talking to you on the computer. And of course, when you watch TV, you also sit down on your sofa and watch TV. When you play video games, or when you use your handphone to keep yourself updated with WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram, you're still sitting down. But of course, research has shown if you want to do all of this, try doing them while standing up. I tried using my computer while standing up, but my legs won't actually support me too much. So this is something I can't do. But my doctor has actually said, if I watch TV quite a bit, I should get the indoor bicycle, to cycle. My doctor always said that when you watch TV, don't sit down, just cycle, move yourself on the indoor bicycle. Then you're actually getting your body moving, she said. Yeah. And of course, our jobs today have also become very sedentary, not like our previous generations who actually had to go out to work on the paddy fields, in the rubber estates, or in the tin mines or whatever. But yeah, but today I think most of us are actually looking for office jobs. So we all like to spend our time within the office under the confines of the aircon where it's cooler and we're away from the sun. In a way, it's good, but we are actually not moving our body. That's why we become very sedentary. Yeah, and this means that at the end of the day, more and more sedentary people with sedentary life, what would they end up? Feeling more tired. And what do they do when they're tired? Yeah, they just want to sleep. I can tell you this because I have a younger boy who goes out to do shooting and all that. Yeah, and he starts early in the morning at about 6 or 7. And when he comes back, I will always say, "So how was your day?" Tired. And when he comes back at 6 or 7, you see him just going into the room sleeping. And the next day, you ask him again, tired. So tired, tired, tired never gets changed to not tired. It's always tired, tired, tired. So perhaps I think we should, each one of us as a senior, we should actually try to move ourselves. Yeah, maybe from the sofa to the kitchen, whatever. We start trying to move our body. And I'm going to share with you my photos, what you can do with your body. I mean, for active lifestyle. And of course, an inactive lifestyle can hurt our body in many ways. Of course, the lesser you move, the more your body weight. So it says, you will gain weight more. And naturally, as a senior, there's no two-way about it. The less you move, the more we lose our muscle strength and our endurance. I know this because I have to see my doctor every 2 months. And every 2 months when she sees me, she always asks, what kind of exercise do you do at home? And then she will give me a number of things I should do. And if I don't do them and I lie, she will know because she will test my muscles. Yeah, so we shouldn't have all of this because it will affect us. And as a Chinese, yeah, compared to other ethnic groups, as a Chinese, we tend to lose more bones. So at one time, my doctor actually put a bone test for me, and she actually said I'm on the downside of osteoporosis, which is not a good thing. But there's no two way about it. You have it, you have it. So what do? I have to be more active. I have to do certain exercises that will actually help me not strengthen my bone, but prolong the quality of my bone so that I don't have to suffer too much with bone weaknesses later on in life, especially falls. Falls are not too good for seniors like us. Yeah. And here I can say, number 3, it says here, our bones get weaker, whether we like it or not, unless you're on milk, which I don't take. If you're on milk, it's good for you. If you're cheese, good for you. And whatever we take, sometimes our body may not be able to absorb them. So we also lose some mineral contents. But the other day, I met an 83-year-old lady. She was saying, look at me, I'm strong. Why? I take supplements. So perhaps you may want to consider taking supplements that will actually enhance the quality of your bone structure, your your muscles, your eyesight, whatever. But you need to talk to somebody who is more professional in the area. Yeah. Now, metabolism, we can't help it. Some people have a more active metabolism. Whatever they eat, they burn very fast, so they don't put on weight very much. But the less active we are, then the more our body weight is going to increase, and the more trouble we have with breaking down fats and sugars. You know, I'm sure you must have heard of visceral fat that's hiding around our heart. And research also says, or rather, institutes that are into wellness always tells you, if you have a bloated stomach, what does it mean? Yeah, it means you have visceral fat. But I also read somewhere that when we have more a bloated stomach, it means you have more stress. So perhaps that's one way of looking, like how do we reduce stress in our lives? Yeah, everybody has a different style. So perhaps we need to find the mechanism for coping with stress. And of course, inactive lifestyle means poorer blood circulation. You will have inflammation more. You will have numbness, which I suffered too from time to time. But if I exercise, I don't have this numbness. I have sciatica issues also. But the more I exercise, the less the pain comes. So that already proves to me that I really have to be active, whether I like it or not. And of course, when you don't exercise, your your hormonal imbalance also comes in. And of course, as women, we tend to lose a little bit more on the estrogen and for men, testosterone, you know, whatever it is. But I'm not the expert again, but I know when we have lesser of the hormones a female should have, then we have more wrinkles, we have more dryness, and we also become more edgy. Yeah. So perhaps these are things we should consider to help us want to be more active in life. Okay, medically it says if you are not active in your lifestyle, you have more diseases, and heart disease is one of the main causes of death in our country. Yeah. And besides heart diseases, you can also have other risk factors like obesity, high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, type 2 diabetes. I think most of us have that issue in our life. But thank God I haven't have to succumb to all of these yet, because I think uh, God has been kind to me. And I also think because I am more of a vegetarian, I don't eat a lot of meat or fish or whatever. And I also think it's because I generally I look on the bright side of things. I do get upset, I do get angry, but I am also quick to indicate to myself that life is short. I shouldn't give myself uh, these opportunities to be angry with other people. There are so many reasons why things happen in our life. So, but it's a mindset that you will have to guide yourself. Nobody can do it for you. You will have to tell yourself that this is what I want to be and this is how I want it to be. And then you do it for yourself on a gradual basis. Okay, and ultimately, what I just want to emphasize here is that the less you move, the more you don't want to move. Yeah, and the more you don't want to move, the more you become lethargic, inactive, and of course, you become more like a sloth. Why I say that? Because when you become inactive, you don't want to move, you don't want to dress up, you don't want to get up, you don't want to meet anybody. In fact, if a phone call comes and say, let's go for lunch, you will find all sorts of excuses to say, no, I don't want to go. Generally, it's because you don't feel good about yourself. Yeah, you just don't want to leave house at all. Do you have those experiences too? Right. This is under research. Research says that when you have a passive lifestyle, you have all kinds of medical issues. Like I said earlier already, diabetes, yeah, high blood pressure, hypertension. And of course, some people suffer from insomnia. You can't sleep. I'm lucky I can sleep, but not everybody gets to sleep. So it's a kind of uh, something that happens in your life that you either live with it or you will have to find something that can help you curb the incident in your life, or you live with it, whatever it is. But I think insomnia is not something that we welcome, because the less you sleep, the more tired you feel, right? And you get very edgy and you can't do lots of things like what other people are doing. And then you pounce on people when people say something that just don't work for your ears. Yeah. And of course, acid reflux, because certain foods don't go, you get this acid coming in your mouth, in your stomach, yeah. And gout is very painful, especially at the ankle or the foot there, yeah. So we need to actually I won't say eliminate. We need to try to find ways of cutting down this kind of unpleasant incidents in our life. Yeah, and of course, we have skeletal problems, vascular diseases, etc. Yeah, I think we all know that already for a fact. So yes, research says that these ailments can be treated, and if they can be treated, your quality of life also improves. But the fact remains here that if we don't deal with these ailments properly, sometimes you take extra of those medication, or you forgot to take your medication, you could actually suffer from depression, violence and isolation. And as a senior person, especially when we all live alone without our children around, or for people who are single without family members, depression is not a good thing. Yeah, I don't know if you have had depression. I think most of us had actually experienced depression. It's not a nice thing at all. Isolation, you become a recluse. You just don't want to be with other people. And you disappear from this world alone and for days and weeks without people discovering you, which is not a good thing. Yeah. And violence, of course, people give into to this uh, what do you call this aggressive display of behavior, which is not a nice thing at all. Yeah, but we can't help it. Sometimes it's the medication. Yeah, sometimes it's the lack of medication. Sometimes people with certain brain uh, what shall I say, brain ailments, or a little bit of imbalance in certain fluids in the brain, they go into violence. Like people with bipolar, they can go into violence. So all this actually can affect our quality of life, whether we like it. Let me now move on to the next slide. So since lifestyle has a significant influence on our well-being, what should we do actually? There are many things we can do. Yeah. But before I move into that, I would like to focus on the term seniors. Go, can I just have a little bit of time with the participants and ask them how they define the term seniors?
Sure. How would you like to do it? Like,
I can just let people tell me, maybe on a few people to just let me know, how do they see the term seniors? How do they define the term seniors?
okay, so the easiest way would be to uh, type it in the chat.
Ah, okay, they can have it in the chat.
Okay.
Will I be able to see them?
Yes, you can click on the chat. I think
I
it's the
click on the
fifth one
chat.
from the left. Yes.
Okay, I click on the chat. Okay. I don't see any new messages. Can I text on new messages? No. Is it open to the participants, Joel?
Yes, the chat is open for participants.
Uh,
They just
okay.
see.
I can't see any chat there. I mean, I can see the chat, but I don't see any of the participants telling me what they define, how they define the term senior.
Okay. Now I collected some responses
Uh,
from from Miss Chen Ling. She said
Yes, what did she say?
seniors are over 80 years old.
Oh, seniors are over 80 years old. Okay.
Yes,
What about another
another
one?
one, from Miss Janet Liu, she said seniors are people who are over 65 and retired.
Over 55 and retired.
65.
65. Okay.
Yes.
Any more?
From Miss Maya David, she said depends on one's own perception. Do you feel like you are a senior?
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
depend. Yeah. So
Okay.
from K Ziru, she said seniors are two types: working world seniors and retired age seniors.
What does that mean? What did you say again?
She said there are two types of seniors. One is working world seniors and another is retired age seniors.
Oh, one is retired, one is still working, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Go.
Okay.
Another one?
Another one, she's Lily Pu from SeniorsAloud. She said,
Ah,
you can be senior at 40 if you feel old enough, if you feel you are old enough.
okay, okay, I got it. Thank you, Go. I'm going to go
Yeah.
back to the screen. Thank you, Go. Okay. Can they hear me now, Go?
Yes.
They can, huh? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the feedback. You have given me some understanding of what the term senior means to you. Yeah. I've heard here from Go that seniors can be people over 80 years old. Seniors can be people over 65 years old. Another one said senior people can be working senior people and retired working people. I have another one that says it depends on how you view yourself as a senior person. And another one says it also it more or less linked to how you look at yourself. You can be senior when you are 40 years old, and you may not be a senior even if you are 80 years old. I guess that's how they see it. Yeah. So let me move on to my slide because I really would like all of us as seniors to actually have a better perception about the term senior or as retirees because I think we are in a generation of a community of people who are not what seniors used to be like in the olden days. I think we are a new breed of seniors, and I think the country or the world over should actually look at us in that sense as a senior. Let me move on to the next slide. Not moving, go. Go.
Yes.
I can't move to the next slide.
You click again.
Oh, now I got it. Okay, thank you very much, Go. Okay, if I go by the dictionary, a senior is a person who is a specified number of years older than someone else. Now, that's a senior. And the second definition of senior says an elderly person, especially an old age pensioner. I don't like the word elderly, neither do I like the word old age, but this is what the dictionary says. I hope you are aligned with my thoughts because, like I said earlier, we're a newer breed of retirees or senior people. So let's have a general understanding. I already shared with you what some of the participants had said about being a senior. Here, according to research work, a senior person or a senior citizen is a term used to describe individuals who are over the age of 65. So if you are not 65 yet, you're a senior citizen to be. Yeah, you're not there yet. I am there. Some of us are there, but not all of you are there. Now, if you are less than 60, of course, you are still a youthful citizen, not a senior citizen yet, but getting there. In Malaysia, an individual who is 60 years old and above is defined as a senior citizen. That is why in most public agencies or institutes, you retire at 60, whether you like it or not. Because when I retired at 60, there was a Malay phrase that says, paksa, uh, uh, what's the word for retire in Malay? It generally means that you have to stop working at 60, whether you like it or not, because that's the age that the government thinks you are incapable of contributing to the community or the society, which is not true. Yeah. And of course, if you want to continue working, then they will engage you or employ you as on a contract basis. Or if you are employed elsewhere, maybe on a month-to-month basis, or for the period of time that the particular organization requires you. Yeah. And of course, senior also typically refers to people who are pensioners or who are retired or near retirement. But I also know a lot of people who are more than 70, they are still continuously working in their previous job, maybe out of interest, maybe because they have nothing else to do. But I remember there was a friend on Facebook who is a doctor and who retired at 55. She said, people who continue to work after their retirement age just have no idea what they're missing out in life, because there's so many other things you can learn. But if you continue to work because you want to work, then it shows that your mind is not actually open to learning new things. And for some people, it is sad because their world is all about their work. But there are many things in life that we have not seen, like uh, pets, music, hiking, climbing a mountain, looking at the flowers and the trees in the forest. There are many things we have not actually learned as a senior. So for those people, maybe you can rethink about your life and then do something slightly different. Maybe stop work for 3 months and then go travel, like a Chinese couple in China who had all the issues with medical issues, for example, and they decided to take all their earnings and then they travel the world over. And they not only learn knowledge and new things about culture, they also actually regain their health. Yeah. And of course, a senior also refers to a person in an official context to determine eligibility of certain benefits. Like in Malaysia, if you're 60, there are certain things you can get for half price, like maybe traveling on the train or the bus, etc., etc. The term senior citizen has come into widespread use in recent decades and is actually replacing the term old age pensioners traditionally used in the UK, which is a good thing. So no more OAPs in the UK, now senior citizens, yeah? Now, I like to highlight to you the difference between the word senior, elderly, and old. I want to typically highlight to because I get very upset when people giving speeches refer to my age group, the 60 plus, as old or elderly. I mean, old. Are you old as a 60-year-old person? Are you old if you're 75? Are you old if you're 80 years old? I don't think so. Are you elderly? I don't like the term elderly. It somehow carries a very negative connotation. Yeah. Remember, I analyze language, so I don't particularly like these terms. But are there any nicer terms to describe people who are above 60? I don't know. Perhaps we can actually think about a better term for ourselves. Yeah. According to the research I looked at, there isn't much definition about the differences between these three terms. But it has been said that senior is used to describe an age group, whereas elderly refers to a matter of capability, capability. So what about you, my friends? Would you give other people, the permission to describe you as old or elderly, particularly if you look fit, if you're active, you're lively, you look good, and you're self-reliant? Do you want people to say, hi, old lady, hi, elderly lady? This is something I like you to just think about because we are seniors. Yeah. I'm going to move to the next slide. So we go on to seniors and lifestyle. Of course, seniors lifestyle, how you live, because it helps to build up the quality of your life. Yes. So taking care of our physical health involves staying active. Whether you're on the in the house or outside the house, stay active. But staying active means a number of things. Yeah, it also means making healthy food choices, eat the right food, getting enough sleep, limiting alcohol. I think not a lot of Asians drink alcohol, I believe, but there are more Asians drinking coffee, tea, and other things. So maybe these are things you would have to consider about limiting yourself. Proactively managing our own health care. We cannot give the responsibility to other people to take care of our health. We really have to be accountable for our own health. Whether you are very active or not active, it is our own state of mind. So you really have to take good care. For example, like limiting our alcohol, in my case, coffee. I love 3-in-1 coffees, and of course, I take maybe like 2 in a day. And once, a few months ago, when I had a blood test, my doctor was asking me, why is your LDL on the high side? Have you been changing your lifestyle? I said, no, doctor, I've been doing this. This is the same thing. She said, what about your food? I said, I do this, I eat this, I did, but I also take coffee. What kind of coffee? She asked. I said, I take the 3-in-1, Old Town white coffee, the 3-in-1, the cane sugar. She said, try to cut it down. Try to cut it down to 1, because 3-in-1 coffees contain chemicals, she said, and that can actually activate a lot of unnecessary health issues in our body. But I love coffee. What do? I try to cut it down to 1. Then I subsequently cut it down to half a sachet every time I try. You can't help it. You just have to do something for yourself. Yeah. Okay. Let me move on to the next slide. So for those of you who are already in the habit of looking after yourself, being active, taking good food, sleeping well, I think this is just a reminder. Yeah. But for those of us who are inspired, motivated to change our lifestyle, then we always have to take things one step at a time, because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first baby step, right? So making small changes in each of the area we want to change can go a very long way towards supporting healthy aging. I know this because a girlfriend of mine, Prof. Maya, actually was into personal training. She had a personal trainer who came to her house. She goes to see the chiropractor. She sees a physiotherapist. And today, she's not only lost weight, she looked a lot healthier than before. And her posture is really, really upright. And she has no more knee issues or leg issues like I would have had with my sciatica. So these are things I think as a senior, we don't have to be too drastic about changes. Take one thing at a time. Perhaps you can actually journal it down somewhere, the changes you want to make in your life, and what are the changes you want to make for the week or for the month, and just focus on those changes. And I think once you've overcome the issue of being passive and then actually acquiring more inspiration to be active, that's your goal, that's your achievement, that's your accomplishment, and you should actually reward yourself. Yes. All right. What does a healthy lifestyle look like? According to research, it says a healthy lifestyle can help to keep these 15 areas of concerns away from us. You could probably have more to add, but I'm just quoting from what the research says. Arthritis, we can't help it. We all have issues with bones here. That's why you have exercises for the fingers, exercises for the neck. Yeah. Cancer, we can't help it. We are all born with cancer cells, but the more stressful you are, the more the cancer is likely to spread and then become more malignant for your body. So be more positive. Try to find more joy in your life. Yeah. And Alzheimer disease is something to do with the brain. That is why Doing Sudoku is good, they say, because your brain has to learn new things. Mahjong is good for the brain, yeah. And of course, Alzheimer disease is also elaborated if you have other issues with health, like heart heart diseases, or you have diabetes, or you have other kinds of issues, then Alzheimer disease becomes more accentuated. And diabetes. We all love sugar. Whether you like it or not, that sugar level is going to spike up when we eat. But I think if you take a little bit of time to do research, there are ways of actually lowering your blood sugar level. Maybe to eat vegetables more, to have fruits first before you eat your carbohydrates. And the other time I was listening to this talk, and the doctor was saying we can eat bread, but when you eat bread directly, the sugar actually spreads directly into the bloodstream. So one way of lowering or slowing the process of the sugar breakdown is to actually have maybe avocado spread with your bread, because the avocado spread will kind of sort of dilute the sugar level in the bread. But like I said, I'm not the expert. Do a little bit more research to help yourself learn more about this kind of diet concerns for yourself. Yeah, and fall. A senior like us, yeah, shouldn't fall, because the minute you fall, you go in fragility, and fragility can lead to a lot of bedridden issues, and bedridden issues can lead to bed sores, and then it spreads on to many other issues, which I don't want to talk about because it's not very pleasant, but we have to learn how to avoid falls. And I think falls are preventable if you know how to take steps. Yeah, falls are also preventable if you have a good balance, which is something I need to build up for myself, because I don't really have a very good balance. But I'm always thinking that the more I learn to balance on some kind of thing, that will help with my balance. So I've seen a physio who has actually given me some input about balancing myself. So I can't share them with you here because I'm not too good with the videos, but you can actually do a bit of research. And I think today that they have Pilates for free on Facebook, where you don't have to pay gym money to learn all these exercises. Do it for yourself. And obesity. Obesity is, I think, measured by the EMI in our bloodstream. Yeah. So maybe you can roughly gauge your height, your weight, and then try to bring your weight level down a little bit. But like I said, if you have you're used to having a little bit of flashy onset when you were young, then don't go too skinny, because it's not good for your body. Neither is it good for your looks, because you become very haggard. A little bit of flash is good. Oral health, of course, then have a regular checkup with your dentist. Yeah, every 3 months, every 6 months, go have a checkup, because sometimes when you don't, your plaque builds up and it becomes a cavity that you cannot save, and then you may lose all the teeth that you have. Yeah, shingles is a kind of condition where you have the skin pop-ups like chicken pox. It's for older people, of course. I think it's very painful. Like chicken pox, it can be very, very uncomfortable. So we all need to learn how to prevent shingles from occurring to us seniors. And heart disease, we can't help it. Some people have it from young, some people have it when they are 40 or 50. If you're on medication, then take that medication regularly. Try not to miss it. Yeah. Respiratory diseases, yeah, some people have asthma, some people have shortness of breath, but whatever it is, I think an active lifestyle will help to eliminate or at least cut down some of these issues. So osteoporosis, I already told you, I have osteoporosis, whether I like it or not, because I don't take milk. So I have to find other supplements, maybe like calcium or vitamin D, to help me build up my bone quality. And I won't say build up my bone, is to extend the quality of my life with regards to bone issues in my body. And of course, influenza and pneumonia. Today, I think there will be lesser issues of flu, because we have the flu jabs that you can take on a yearly basis. And of course, substance abuse like maybe drugs, alcohol or other kinds of substance abuse. Yeah. But today I think we can also be addicted to our mobile phones, our smartphones too, right? So could that be an issue that we want to actually try to distance from our lifestyle so that we don't fall into substance abuse or device abuse in this case? And of course, depression and poverty. Depression occurs when sometimes it happens in your brain, certain chemicals are not present. Depression can sometimes because you overthink, you think everything is going against you in life, or it could be to do with money when you don't have enough finances to help you. Or depression can also just a state of mind like as if you feel that people don't care about you. It can happen in our age group, but it can happen. So the minute I think you are able to identify that bit of a depressive mood in you, that's you have to start talking to somebody. Yeah. Start telling your family members, I don't feel like getting out. I don't know why. Or talk to a friend. I feel very unmotivated or I cannot concentrate, whatever. Then you have somebody who cares about you, who will want to help you get out of that little bit of mood. Yeah. And poverty is something that I think it's something that our parents have worked very hard in order to overcome. But I think in this age group, poverty also occurs because of all these scam issues. You may have the money, but somebody has scammed you out of it. You may have the money, but you have given it all to your children or your family members. But whatever it is, don't fret too much because um, if you are still healthy, I think there are ways of doing something about it. You don't have to live a very uh, what's the magnificent what shall I say? You don't need to have a very out, outstanding lifestyle. If your life is just a simple life, you want to do this, I think it's good enough. But you do have to take care of your finances because if you don't, nobody is going to come to your aid. So I think for most people, we are already at this age. So maybe some of us still have the ability to work to earn a little bit more money. But I think some of us also have EPF to sustain us. So these are concerns that we all have to consider it because it's something to do with our lifestyle. I can't talk too much about finances because I'm not into the area. But I do think that there are ways of overcoming our financial issues. Yeah. Finally, what does a healthy lifestyle encompass for seniors? Like I said earlier, it has to cover your physical well-being, whether you like it or not. Physical well-being is important. You see good, you eat good. I think being able to eat is actually a blessing because not everybody is able to eat whatever they want to eat. People have issues with swallowing. There are people who cannot take certain food because it upsets their stomach, or there are certain people who cannot drink certain things because it's not good for their body. Yeah, so I think eating, being able to eat is a blessing, and of course your mental well-being. How it's a big issue now. Mental health is a big issue now, but it is not something that I can talk very much into it, even though I'm trained to counsel people. I'm also a certified coach. I can only uh, try by listening to the person's issues and then highlighting to the person to say, maybe this is what you go through, maybe this is what you want to seek help from, or where you to seek help from. But mental issue is certainly a very important aspect of our life because the more you go into your mind thinking about all the negative things, the more you behave negatively, and the more um, people avoid you because they think you are not the right person to be with. So mental issue has to be of concern to you. But I will share with you with some photos how we can deal with some of those things in our life. Yeah. Emotional well-being, we all have that fluctuation, isn't it? When we feel our mood is not too good, we get upset. Certain things don't work, you get upset. But it's okay to get upset. I feel it's okay to get angry. It's okay to get sad. But come out of it quickly. Don't dwell on it for too long, because the more you dwell on your emotions, the more you become you withdraw yourself. And when you withdraw yourself, you become depressive. And that's not a good thing, I think, for a senior. And spiritual well-being, I don't know how people term spiritual well-being, but research shows that spiritual well-being is to do with something about finding a purpose in life. So, for people who are seniors, when you don't have to run to a full-time job anymore, you have a little bit of time to yourself, you want to do good for other people, because you feel um, contented, or you feel satisfied with giving back to society. Yeah. For some people, it's just looking after what do you call unwanted pets. And the next one, of course, is financial well-being, which I said earlier. You must have enough to sustain yourself. But if you don't have enough, what do you do? I will just share a little bit of what I have gathered from the research, yeah, and then we'll talk about it a little bit later. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. This just to sum up what healthy lifestyle for any senior person is lah. All right, you got to eat well. Eat well doesn't mean you eat heartily. Eat well just means eating the right food that is right for you in the right proportion. And of course, do take time to eat your food, to enjoy the food. And like a lot of gurus say, be mindful about what you eat, so that you really enjoy the food. And whether we believe it or not, when we really enjoy the food, we are thanking the food, and the food actually has good spirits that go into our body. Remember that a Japanese professor, Masaru Emoto, he actually ran an experiment on water. Yeah, on water. And he said water has living memories. And when you say good things to the water, like love, I love you, please bless my heart, whatever, with the water actually, when observed from some kind of microscope, actually has very beautiful crystal formation. So what does that tell you? That means good words actually allow the water memories to form, to crystallize in a beautiful manner. And of course, in contrast, when you talk to the water in negative ways, like you shout at the water, you say violent words to the water. When the water was observed for its crystals, the crystals actually had very ugly crystal formation. So I think it only tells us that we have to be grateful, or feel blessed that whatever that comes our way came our way, because it is supposed to enhance our body. So the next time you eat, say thank you to the food, enjoy the food, And there was another person who actually said that, when we eat the food that people cook, also carries the energy that goes into our body. So people who are angry and they cook food for us, when we eat the food they cook, we also absorb the angry energy. So how do we actually try to resolve that issue? We don't want to eat food that angry people or bad people cook for us, because we don't want to absorb the energy. So again, one way of eluding that kind of energy is to actually thank the food, bless the food yourself, and say thank you to the food in whatever way you want, and ask the food to throw away those bad energies and to just give you all the good energies that food is supposed to provide for your body. That's what I've learned. Yeah. And of course, sleep well. I think not everybody gets to sleep well, especially as we age. Yeah. Some people like to say we need that 8 hours of sleep. But I don't think I get the 8 hours of sleep. I think I probably get 5 or 6 quality sleep. The other three, I don't know. I'll probably be dreaming or doing other things. Yeah. But for yourself, you will have to find out what is good for you to sleep well. Sometimes music is good. Sometimes dark lights, or rather darkness in the room, is good, because people have said, research has shown, when you sleep before 11 o'clock, your body actually gets to rest. Your organs get to replenish themselves. Yeah. So sleeping well is good for our body in that sense. And of course, being active. Yeah. Like we have said earlier, moving your body in that sense. Whether you like it or not, having a good relationship with other people is good thing, because we are social animals. We need to interact with other people, and what more with family members. Yeah. Friendship is important. You used to have friends when you were younger. So what happened after you retired? Do you reunite with them, or do you not reunite with them? Yeah. Of course, social interactions with the world. Go out to the world, travel, go visit conferences, go visit expos, go do new things that you have never had the time to do when you were working full time. And have lifelong learning. I've always believed in lifelong learning, because we have to keep learning. And for me, it's a way of measuring my yearly assessment of myself. What have I learned this year? Have I become better in it, or have I not become better in it? And I think there are many community that's open to lifelong learning. You can learn caregiving skills. You can learn painting. I think U3A has that. I think our SeniorsAloud group also offer a lot of learning, like I think they have brain health, where you learn mahjong, where you learn line dancing. And of course, I don't know about most people, but I've always had a mantra in my life. If I want to lead a healthy life for myself, a healthy brain, healthy heart, healthy physique, I need a mantra. Do you have a mantra? A mantra is just a kind of philosophy that you always keep with you, so that you follow it in a consistent manner to lead a more peaceful kind of a life for yourself. Yeah, I will share with you my mantras towards the end of the PowerPoint. So, what are the signs of good health? Having talked about health, whether we are talking about physical energy or mental energy, the sign of good health is having the ability, please pay attention to this, ability to focus and to complete the things you want to do each day. That is good health. And if you're struggling to get through things that you normally do on a daily basis, then it is a sign of concern, according to research. So we will have to seek for professional help. Yeah. Your daily things could be as simple as sleeping more or eating the right food. If you can't have the ability to source for right food, maybe let's say you cannot walk or to the market, you can't get fresh food, maybe you can ask your neighbors for help, or somebody around to help you get those fresh food. Or today you can order online as well. Okay, sleep has something to do with our melatonin. Some foods actually allow you to sleep well. They say warm milk before bed, right? And then be careful with your wine or whatever. But I also know a lot of people take a little bit of whiskey before they sleep, because for them it's a good way of helping them to sleep. So for each his own, find out what's good for you, and then do this on a daily basis, because it helps you to build up your health and be happy for yourself. Okay. Right. Sleep, I've already talked about it. So I'm just going to move on to the next slide. Yeah. Okay, physical well-being. Physical well-being is the ability to maintain a healthy and balanced life without physical limitation, physical stress, and excessive fatigue. If you have a little bit of tiredness, it's good. Sometimes when you hike, you get a little bit of breathlessness. That's okay, because the more you hike, the stronger your stamina will be, and the less you will get breathless. Our physical well-being refers to the physical state of body, whether it is maintaining a healthy weight, good posture, well-functioning organs, or the ability to cut out normal daily tasks without exhaustion. Sometimes we do get exhausted depending on how much work we have done. So go by your gut feeling, go by your own body. Your body will tell you roughly whether you are good or you're not good, because there are moments when you lie down, you get this heart feeling, you have this nagging thing in your body that says, I'm not feeling good in this, I should go see a doctor. Then go see a doctor. Or you will have this nagging feeling, I should see a dentist because there's something not too good about my teeth or my tongue or whatever. Then go see make an appointment. Yeah, but follow your heart. Your body will tell you roughly whether you're on the right track of health or not. So what are the 7 physical needs of a senior? These are 8. Yeah, the nutritional needs. If you're on medication, then how do you manage your medication intake? Do you have regular exercise? For some people, regular exercise could mean daily basis. For some people, it could be maybe alternate days. For some people, it could mean weekly basis. So decide for yourself what you want as regular exercise. Yeah. And of course, sleep and rest, pain management. If you have pain, how do you deal with it? Like I said, I had sciatica pains. Exercise is good for me, so I don't go through that numbness that run through the nerve on my left leg. And of course, personal hygiene. You've heard people say you smell like an auntie, you smell like an uncle. So try not to have people tell you that, because uh, when you don't take good care of your personal hygiene, then people avoid you. People start not wanting to be your friends because they can't stand the stench that comes from your body. So be more aware about your body smell. Be aware about your oral breath. Yeah. And of course, go for regular checkups. At our age, I think we still need to see our doctor on a regular basis. I see my doctor like every 2 months, just to update her on my health. Yeah. Okay. And of course, physical well-being also means all these different things that you must sleep well, exercise, have good diet, have enough water, especially now when the weather is extremely hot. And if you need supplements, take the right supplements. Your doctor will advise you on what to take. Don't take what your friends tell you to take. Follow what the doctor advises you. And of course, some nutritionists are also very good. They can guide you on what to take, maybe like a vitamin B or vitamin D. A lot of people say when you have a weak bones, they recommend you calcium, but calcium is not the thing to take for weak bones, because the more calcium you take and the more that the body cannot absorb, then calcium can actually turn into stones. I know because I went through that period of time when I was on calcium, and then I had kidney stones. And kidney stone is not a very nice thing to have because it can be extremely painful, and you don't want that to happen to you. So before you take any supplements, go check with people who are in that area of in that line of work, and ask them what would be good for you personally. I think PathLab has some good nutritionists who can actually tell you what supplements to take. Yeah. And of course, we need company. And depending on our personality, we need to mingle and interact with the people who are of the same values as we are, because good people are good for us because they influence us, they help make us better people. And of course, not so nice people actually can make you not so nice either. So toxic people creates negativity in you, and positive people create the good vibes in you. And I heard yesterday when I was visiting the Alzheimer's home office, they actually said that there was a case where a woman who was looking after her husband with dementia actually was suffering from dementia symptoms herself. So it's kind of like being influenced. Yeah. So I refer back to good company and good right company. So the right company can actually build you up. They lift you up. They make you better people, better persons. And of course, the wrong company will pull you down even more. And that will be very good for your seniority as you advance. Okay. And of course, I think all of us will have stress at some point in our life. So how do we deal with stress? You will have to find your own mechanism, because nobody can actually pinpoint to you what's the right thing. But of course, the general thing of dealing with stress will be to talk to people. Women especially, we talk to other women friends, but men, I don't know, perhaps they could actually start building up that friendship with the men friends, and then start confiding in the men friends. And not that the advice of the men friends or girlfriends are good, it's just that listen to what people have to say and then decide for yourself what would be the best way for you to cope with stress. Because not everything is right by what other people say, and advices from other friends may not be good, but it is good to listen, to find out how they do it, what they do, how why they do it, and then we kind of analyze it, and then we try to absorb it into our own life as coping mechanisms. For example, for me, I love music, any kind of music, especially lively music, to cope with stress. Or I do a bit of dancing, whatever crazy dancing I can do just to shake the body and get the sweat out. I cope with stress that way too. So for you, you may have to find your own way. Okay, now let's move on. These are the interview input I gathered from senior friends on how to maintain a healthy physical well-being. I think some of them will resonate with you because they are generally what we would do. And if you have others to add on, please add on into the chat group, and then I will ask Mr. Go to actually pull up for us, and then we will share with each other. Okay. The seniors whom I actually interview actually say morning walks, having exercise, which is normal. Have a routine. If you have a routine, get up at 8, 8:30, brush your teeth, go for a walk, etc., etc. That's your routine. But like I said, I don't have a routine, but every morning I like to get up and just have a coffee, taking it slow for the day. For half the 1 hour, I take it slow. Maybe that I can consider as my routine. But what's your routine? Have one to make it a calming effect for yourself. Okay. And meeting with friends. Friends are important, whether we like it or not. But of course, friends that resonate with our own values, friends that can bring benefits to us. Yeah. And daily prayers. I don't know about some of you, but I pray all the time inside my heart. I pray because I feel that I need that little bit of strength from God. Do what I want to do. Do what you want to do. You're at this age. Why should you care what people say, what people think about what you do? Go do what you want to do. Express gratitude to God. I think being able to express gratitude is important, because the more gratitude you express to God, to the universe, the more you realize how blessed you are in life, and the more you become a blessing to other people. Get up, dress up, and go out. You can't help it. Some days of the week you have to do that. Otherwise, you will be in isolation, and isolation makes you a recluse. And a recluse is not a very pleasant company for people. Yeah, have family gatherings. Gather a monthly or a weekly dinner or lunch together. Watch movies, go for concerts with friends, because our SeniorsAloud group, we have a group that actually encourage people to go watch movie together, to have dinner together after movies, or to go for concerts together. We have a good laugh after the concert, Go dance. Dance is a wonderful, wonderful activity to participate in, and learn something new. Have a pet, mingle with young people, find your own peace. Love, be crazy, enjoy your whatever, be grateful, do charity. So let me move on to my photos now. I'm going to share with you my photos. I'm going to skip this because I think we roughly know what we are talking about for good physical well-being. So stay active. Yeah, go to the park. Where I live, we have several parks. I have two near my house actually. But you can actually find a group to go out together with, like Kelana Jaya Park, Taman Jaya Park, go Taman Kota Damansara. Go explore the new places that you have never been before. Like the Botanical Lake Garden is also a wonderful place to go to do nursery trails. Yeah. Okay, walk regularly. We had lots of fun when we walked. These are photos taken. I'm sharing with you where we went to Bukit Kiara Park to walk. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun learning about the place. And there's a lake there, and wonderful things to look at if you actually pay attention to them. Move your body in any way possible. Dance. I take up dancing with our Cikgu Kusumi. She actually guides us in many Malay dances, but Malay dance is not the only dance to move your body. You can go line dancing where one of our members in SeniorsAloud, Grace William, is teaching. Go join a club, lake club, whatever club, to do dancing. And I think it's a wonderful thing because when you move your body, you really sweat, and when you sweat you laugh, especially when our cikgu tells us off on making the wrong move. She sometimes tells us like you're kongkang, meaning you're very very crude and very stiff. We laugh, and laughing is a good way of getting stress out of the body. Yeah. Eat well, we all know that already. These are the nutritious foods. Yeah. Eating well also means eating whole and processed foods, which sometimes I don't agree with, because at this age now, I want to eat what I want to eat, but of course in moderation, like this. Eat what I want to eat, but in moderation. Don't overeat. And I follow this advice of some gurus. Eat only 80% full. Yeah. Okay. Mental well-being is, let me go back. I'm sorry. Yeah. When mental well-being, like I said earlier, to actually be able to control the minds or the mindset or what you think, so that it doesn't affect your mind in a negative way. Okay. Um, Mental well-being doesn't just mean the absence of mental disorders. It just means that we have varying ways of dealing with difficulties in life. But do know when life is affecting you negatively, do have the mechanism for dealing with this. Okay. Individual psychological and biological factors can sometimes affect our emotional skills and our substance use. So we really have to know that for ourselves. Now, if we don't, I think it's also good to journal or write down this thinking of emotional, no, mental things that we have in our thoughts. And when we're a little bit more stable, we can look at it and then we can find ways of coping with it. So what can you do to maintain a mental strong well-being? Your thoughts. You just have to take care of your thoughts. When you take care of your thoughts, then everything will flow. And for me, I have a mantra to follow. Okay. One of the things prescribed by a monk, he said, if you have something on your mind, then take a walk in the sun. Under the warmth of the sun, your brain will release serotonin, which calms the mind. And if you let your mind linger on the question without trying too hard to find the solution, an answer will emerge. So go easy on yourself. Yeah. Rhonda Byrne, who wrote The Secret, said, if you find yourself in a negative situation with someone in your life, take a few minutes each day to feel love within your heart for that person, and then send the love out into the universe. Just doing this one thing helps to remove any resentment, anger, or negativity towards that person. Okay? Right. Like I said, find your own mechanism to deal with. Okay? This emotional well-being, I've also talked about it. How do you maintain it? Of course, grooming, going out, find time to make your own decisions, socialize. It's very important. Find a purpose to live your life. Engage in stimulating activities and being able to reflect on happy memories. Okay? Right. Let me just look at it. For me, family is important. They keep you stabilized, they keep you wanted, they keep you cared for, and you know that you have somebody to depend on. Okay. The other one is if you have children, if you have nieces, you have nephews, take them on a individual basis, and then dress up and go out with them, And of course, it's always free lunch or free treats. So one way of saving your budget or taking care of your finances. I'm just going to skip this. Find time to be with the grandkids. If you don't have grandkids, then your sister or brother's kids, they are just your nieces and nephews. They're fun to be with because they're so natural. They actually activate your metabolism and make you feel a lot better. Like I said, they are my go-to medicine. Mingle with young people. We, as a senior, we must always mingle with younger people, like in the 20s, in the teens, because we learn so many new things about them, you know, and especially with IT technology, they can teach you so much. And if you see this young person, the young man on my lab, he actually introduced us to what we call Vietnamese coffee, which was very different from our local coffee. So it's an exposure. Have a good friend, whether you like it or not. That's my good friend, Maya David. There's another good friend, Ruby. You need good friends because what's life without a good friend in your to eat, to have lunch or tea or nasi lemak with? Yeah. Good friends are your pillars of strength. Like one of my girlfriend, Millie, she brought me to stay the night with her in the hotel in KL. The one on the left is my sister. She's also my pillar of strength, and she's also a good friend of mine. We can talk about our issues, and sometimes she points out very bluntly to me, which is painful. But when you reflect on it, you realize that she is right. Yeah, so friends are people who are honest with you about what they see in you and how they want to do things for your own good. Have fun. You know, my girlfriend and I went to do some eyelashes extension in Klang for fun, and the other one, a girlfriend brought me to Bukit Jalil Park to play with the pigeons and the foot massage park. Of course, I will just skip this. um Group activities are good. Yeah, this we had a dance where we had to present for certain performances, and these are the girlfriends who came to the house to practice, and we had so much fun because they will bring food and we give each other strength to practice our steps, and we give each other encouragement, which is very important. And I think for men you can do the same thing. You can have a golf club practice, or you can have a basketball practice, or badminton, or ping pong, whatever. Because these friends are really, they are your support, and they add cheer to your life. Yeah. We celebrated Christmas together. I mean, men, you can also celebrate your birthday together, or Raya coming soon. Go celebrate Raya together without your spouses or your girlfriends. Just go on your own. I think you have more fun without your other half with you, just like we did here. Friends help you explore and increase your knowledge. We went to explore the different hotels and shopping malls for the Christmas decorations. Thanks to Millie who led us on the walk. And these are new friends I've met. Some are old. No, I won't say old friends. Some are friends I've met before. This is another group that encouraged us to be to explore Taman Jaya. We went to explore, and we actually learned new things about Petaling Jaya city with all these nice places to take photos with. And of course, I asked their permission to use their photos here, but I just wanted to share with you. Look at our smiling faces. We are just so happy, just being together, looking for the different things to discover in life. Yeah. This is what we did with another group of senior friends. We went all the way to KL to look for porridge. And then we met some younger people. We took photos. And of course, Mr. Lim, the photographer, the one in the cap, he loves taking videos and he loves taking photographs just like I do, keeping memories. Of course, this was another walk led by another SeniorsAloud member, Kiranjit. We went to the uh, I don't know what garden this is called. Certainly not botanical gardens. It's another garden I forgot. It's in KL, which I went for the first time just to learn about the environment. Traveling, go traveling alone to lead a healthy lifestyle. How? Go alone, you learn new things on your own. You have to take care of yourself alone. You learn to budget on your own. You learn to find food on your own. It's all learning about who you can be as an individual. Um, Groups are good. Groups actually give you a lot of power to 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 discover even more. Yeah, this is where we went to Betul. Of course, being a group, you learn new friends. Other people's experiences are also very good for your information, because when they tell you things about their own experience, you actually say, I'm actually learning. So like books have said, if you can learn things, learn on your own. If you can't learn things on your own, learn from other people, absorb their information and make it your own knowledge for your future. Yeah. And of course, you learn gratitude. You also learn a lot about yourself when you mingle with other people, your own attitude, your own ability to be patient, and how you cope when people are a little bit different from you. How do you cope with that? So I think it's all good. Learning a new culture, like I said, lifelong learning a new culture is wonderful. You never know what it's all like. And once you learn about a new culture, you never ever be prejudiced again. Yeah. Go learn social dance, so much to learn about tango, waltz, rock and roll. Fun. It's really fun if you're in the right clique. Don't worry about what people say. Yeah. Um, this is, of course, this is part and parcel of my life, going to the library. I love going to bookstores. I can be there hours just looking at the books and reading part of the books. Why is it? May not be for everybody. Not everybody likes to read books, but you can have audio books where you can listen as you play along your mobile phone, as you walk and do whatever you want. Yeah, just reading is good. It's a new information, new skills. And what else can you do? You can actually get up, dress up, and go out, go visit an expo, like I said, a conference. Okay. The other thing is develop a new hobby. Like I like to take photographs, or feel free to play. Like when Millie and Stacy took us to Pondicherry, we acted like little kids playing here and there, jumping. Yeah. Have fun. Don't worry about what people say. Do whatever you want, as long as you don't go against the law, as long as you are not, what shall I say, absurd or indecent, I think that's fine. And act silly with friends. Look at how silly we are here taking photographs. Yeah. Uh, the other thing I wanted to share with you is add colors to your life, different colors, bright colors to make you feel alive, to make you feel motivated, beautiful, and vibrant, because colors actually changes your mood, whether you like it or not. Yeah, research has shown. So wear bright colors to feel brighter. If you feel down most of the time, go find an orange shirt, go find a fuchsia bright top for yourself, and if you're a woman, wear lipstick. If you're a man, buy a red cap or a red hat or whatever. Go do something different. It'll be so much, it will add so much joy to you. When people laugh at you, you laugh at yourself also, and that's happiness. Okay. Look. When we went to play Wiser Ball, look at the different bright colors we are wearing. It's good. It adds to the environment and the background. Yeah, but to look at the different colors we have, different color hats, different tops. Yeah. Okay. Look, the different colors. Try all the different colors. You don't know what kind of life it adds to you, especially when you're with good friends, people who are actually positively influencing your life. They add wonders to your life. That's adding quality to your life. And of course, do something you've never done before, like me taking part in a fashion show. I just wanted to learn something about it. So I took part. I couldn't care less what people say about the way I walk, how stiff, how stilty, how cakey the makeup was. Couldn't care less. Just wanted to participate and have an experience in it. And of course, I sang. I sang with a stranger when I went to a conference. I couldn't care less anyway, because I feel that when I sing with strangers, I actually become more confident of myself. We took photos, take different poses, do whatever you want. Nobody cares how you look, because at our age, why should we care about what people say? Do what is good for you. Like I said, as long as you're not absurd, you're not indecent, I think you're on the right path. Of course, now I come to the fourth well-being, which is spiritual well-being. And of course, most of the time it refers to the need to find meaning and purpose in life, the need for belonging, the need for connectedness and inner peace. Yeah. For me, it's based on here. Yeah. What it says here, is that your ability to deal with your ups and downs in life and to bounce back from those difficult times. For me, I always have a mechanism. It's always my mantra and journaling. I write just to build my strength up again. Okay, now how do you strengthen in this case? Your purpose in life can be serving God. You can be serving the SPCA or the Kiwanis or the soup kitchen, or just do a little bit of charity work for whichever underprivileged homes you can afford to work with. Yeah. Financial well-being, you can't help it. If you have the funds, that you don't worry about. But if you don't, then maybe invest some time in earning extra income. I know a lot of people who are working part-time still, so that you have some emergency funds to fall back on when in times of need. Okay. Um, Here it says start with a budget, put away money for it. This you should have done before you retire so that you are well covered for. But if you haven't, like I said, don't fret too much about it. Life is short. We may disappear tomorrow. So do what you can for today and then find the means to strengthen your financial means as we go along. Yeah. For me, like I said, I have a mantra to guide my life. So it is my 4 agreements, okay, by Don Miguel Ruiz. All right. I will just skip this because it's a bit too long. So, like I said, I want you to gauge your health and lifestyle at the end of the year to see whether you have actually moved a step upward or a step downward. I do a number of these. This is what I do. I will share this with you later. I will just go skip on to the next slide. Yeah. At the end of the day, like I want to say is that not everything that I have shared with you will suit every one of you here. Your personality, your lifestyle, your state of finances, your values, your beliefs, your diet, and everything will affect, will sort of dictate to you what is good for you. So do that. Yeah. So you have to decide. Okay. Maybe you need a friend, maybe you need somebody to guide you, whatever it is, you have to decide. So in conclusion, this is it. Yeah, if you believe you don't need help in certain areas, there are always proactive ways to maintain your current level of health and to prepare yourself for unexpected difficulties, which is good. In the SeniorsAloud group, they have a group of people who actually make calls to people who live on their own to make sure that they wake up every day and there is somebody who cares about their well-being. Yeah. I've come to the end. Thank you everyone for your time and participation. And if you have something to say to me, I think, Mr. Go, we can open to the participants, right? Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Dr. Kuang, for a very how to say, very delightful and very enlightening sharing.
Wow.
I think that from the 2 hours sharing, what I from my perspective, what I can conclude is the most important thing is to keep yourself occupied with activities, with anything that you like, and always be mindful. That's I think that's a very important thing. It's a concept that's very much promoted by a lot of people now. Be mindful of what you're doing and how you're living your life. Yes. So and the audiences, if you have anything to share or anything you want to ask Dr. Kwang, you can type it in the chat or you can use the reactions. There's a reaction function in Zoom. You can use the reaction like putting up your hands. Then if I saw, then I can open the mic for you and for you to share.
Shall I close the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Go?
If yes, you can if you want.
I stop share, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're back.
Yes, there's someone.
Just give a shout. We're supposed to share. I'm not
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
expert. We're supposed to share. Can we hear the voice?
Uh,
Hello.
yes,
Yes, I
yes.
can hear you.
Oh, I'm Serene. Nowadays, there
Yes,
are more and
Suri.
more seniors staying alone, you know. So how do
Yes,
you
yes.
cope with, from statistics in Japan, every year more than 1,000 elder people die due to loneliness or falls. How do we cope with this? Is the era, the phenomenon of the era, staying alone in the 80s.
Would anybody like to suggest anything from the participants? Go.
Yes.
There could be some participants who have some good
Yes,
ideas
yes.
about this.
I've opened the permission for
Yeah.
audience to open their mic. So anyone would
Okay.
like to share, you can unmute yourself. Anyone would
Hi.
like to share
What's the
their opinion?
sorry, what's the question again?
The question was, there are many people living on their own in Japan, and some of them actually have falls without people tending to them. I think Serene actually asked, is there any way we can deal with this situation in our context? I think yes.
Yes.
Does anyone have any kind of idea how we deal with this kind of issue? People living alone.
Hi, Lily here, sis. One is I think technology. There is a new watch band that you can wear,
Oh.
and there's certain alarm or something that connect to your doctor or your children.
Yes.
Oh.
You got to Google and find out more. The second one is alert your neighbors that if don't see you in the evening, or you don't go out and water your plants, or you don't collect your meals, so just ask your neighbor to knock on your door or something like that.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, at least we have some idea of how to deal with this kind of issue. But I think SeniorsAloud also has a group, I said earlier. They also have a group who makes calls to people who live on their own.
Oh.
So if you don't answer the text or you don't answer the call, they will know something is not right, then they will visit you. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, whoever is in SeniorsAloud.
There's another there's someone Miss Chen Ling in she shared in the chat that says you can put CCTV in home or that can be monitored by their children.
Yeah. So we have that some solution to that issue. What about the other participants? Is there anything else you want to share on this platform?
Can I share? Okay,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
Susie here. I agree with the earlier ones that you have CCTV, you have the tag on your mobile or phone where I have a case here in my SS2 community. I have actually, we are in the aging society, and there are a lot who are living on their own, especially like 80 years old. I have a neighbor who is very, she is 82. She's not very mobile, and as a community, we look out for her, and she does have CCTV all over the house. Always look out for her, and I think that to be able to join in your, especially neighborhoods community, it will be a very good idea, especially neighbors, next door, like the earlier participants said. And this is the real experience I had with this lady who lives alone, and because the children are all overseas, and this is So to be in a group in your
Agreed.
neighborhood group community.
Thank
Okay,
you,
thank you.
Susie. Thank you, Susie. Are there participants with any other issues other than seniors living alone? Do you have any other things that you want to highlight that maybe we can share on this platform too, especially related to healthy lifestyle?
Can I share something? I understand
Sure.
that in Hong Kong or China, these seniors who stay alone, they have a system attached to the hospital, government hospitals. They wear a bell or something on their wrist. When they fall, they just press the bell, and then automatically the other side gets information. They send the ambulance. But
Okay.
in Malaysia, and I don't know whether this is available. Safety
Okay,
bell,
thank you.
safety bell.
Yes. Thank you. Right. Any other points you want to raise besides seniors living on their own? Any other issues that you know about healthy lifestyle that I have not touched on and you would like to share?
How to prevent falls?
How to prevent falls. But is that related to healthy lifestyle? We'll take it. All right, go.
Yes.
Okay. Please share how to prevent falls.
How to prevent falls? Anyone would like to share about this?
Balance is important. Yeah, balance is one way of preventing falls, but perhaps other participants have an idea.
I would like to share a little bit.
Yes, yes.
I think that most of the falls happen during when the seniors are trying to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So if I'm not wrong, there's a mat for the bathroom that can increase the friction between can increase the friction that
yes,
help the
yes.
elder to prevent their fall. And another thing is, I think if the seniors are not living alone, their children can try to help to keep the bathroom floor dry.
Yes,
That's a big thing.
yes, it's an issue. It's a big issue, yes, especially as you grow older. Yes.
They can install the rails in the bathroom.
Yes, yeah. Because everything for elders will be different in the bathroom. You need rails, you need bigger space in case you're on the wheelchair. You need bigger places to put on the shampoos or whatever. Everything will be slightly different from the scene, especially the frail ones. Yes, I noticed because when I walk, I need to hold on the rails as I climb the steps also. So you need rails. Any other info we can share here?
Any other issue? I think we can take on one more
Okay.
issue
Sharing,
for people to
right.
share.
Someone share with us the helping organizations that you mentioned just now, something 3 or age cope or something like that. Not many people are aware of such NGOs.
Age group. Yeah, I think you were talking about it. Go, wasn't it Go who mentioned it? The Malaysian MCOA or MCAO?
MCOA, yes, a Malaysian Coalition of Aging. Yes, that's our it is I think it's quite new. The coalition is quite new. I think it's maybe just 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not if I'm not wrong. But yes, there's quite a lot of NGO for the seniors to join if they want. They can give them something to do for their daily life. They can be active in social or I think there's quite a lot of activities that are organized by them as well. So
yes,
that is a way too for you to keep yourself occupied with things and stop the and how to say.
How do we connect with them? How do we connect with them? And somebody share some info.
I
I
think
will
that
find
you
out for
can
you.
find the info online.
Online, yes. It's quite new. And may I have your name? What's your name? The participant will ask the question.
Surin.
Surin, you can actually join we have this association called the Gerontology Association of Malaysia under GEM, and it's actually comprised of researchers, seniors, doctors from all walks of life. They actually go into aging issues. You might want to join them. And if you want, I will see if I can get the number or the link for you. Otherwise, you can go on to Google to type GEM.
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 May I say something?
Yes, Lily.
Yeah, SeniorsAloud is a founding member of Malaysian Coalition on Aging. So you can also find out more through us. And GEM is also in Malaysian Coalition on Aging. And to be a member, you have to be invited to join because it's a coalition, mainly of NGOs and civil society groups, not individuals so much. So join SeniorsAloud.
Join SeniorsAloud. Okay, I suppose, God, that's your last question and info.
Yes. So, okay. Thank you very much for joining us on this Saturday morning for this very delightful sharing by Dr. Kuang. And we will be having our second talk on next Saturday at the same time. We'll be talking about the wait, let me see the info. I will be talking for the next week. We will be talking about the re-employment of seniors. We are talking about lifelong learning and the social life for seniors, entrepreneurship, all the things. We have the speakers will be Mr. Chia from Third Edge Media and Mr. Hamdan from U3A. So please continue to join us next Saturday.
Yes. Thank you, Go.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, for
everyone.
spending time with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.